We are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network.
And I'm your host. You can call me the Captain. This is the Awakened Show. And it is for those people who are awake. I don't need any papers, even though I already filmed some other stuff, so I have papers sitting there, and I'm so used to doing the news recap show that I always tend to look for notes. But this is a personal talk. This is me just talking to folks, talking to people who are awake. So, what I want to go over here, as I mentioned in the last one, I was trying to tell people, when you're dealing with the zombies, when you're dealing with the people who have been victimized by the New World Order and are just uninformed, they just don't know that they're being led into evil. They don't know that evil is controlling their lives. And some of them, it looks like they're evil because of the stuff they do, but they don't know it's evil. They've been told it's good. They've been told it's okay by the evil ones. They follow evil without even knowing it. Because true evil is good at acting like it's good. The devil appears as an angel of light. So what I want to go over now is the difference. How do you tell if somebody is a zombie or if somebody is pure evil? Demonic, if somebody has a demonic presence about them, or if somebody is just a zombie and infected with the disease in the mind. They've been delusioned, they've been deceptive, or they've been deceived by the great deceivers that are the New World Order elites. So how do you tell the difference? And again, the elites of the New World Order, they're all pure evil, but there are also average people who are pure evil. They know about the New World Order, they know the truth. But instead of admitting they know the truth and trying to share the information, they hide the information and they act like they don't know the truth because they really support this Luciferian takeover. They really believe in it. It's what they want to happen. So you'll run into people like that. Now at first, when you run into pure evil, when you run into a demonic person, they're going to appear like a zombie. They're going to portray themselves as uninformed. They just don't know any better. That's what a zombie is. They don't know any better. You got to be nice to them because they don't know any better. And as I mentioned, if you're awake, by this point in history, at this point in time, if you are awake, you have been blessed, and you should be thanking the Lord that you have been blessed with the immunity to the New World Order. You have the immunity to whatever it is they put in the food or the television, through the propaganda or the water. You have whatever it is that makes that not work on you. You are immune to their manipulation. You see through the lies. And so do the pure evil ones. They know it's a lie, but they actually want it to succeed. They want the New World Order to take over, but they act like they're zombies. They act uninformed, and you're going to approach them, and you're going to think they're just a zombie at first. And now my personal story. How did I recognize that this evil does exist in average folks? Well, it started out when I went out to eat. I actually knew about it before because I dealt with people in the past, but it was before I was fully awake, so I couldn't really recognize it. But now that I'm fully awake, it's easy to recognize. And, I recognize it in a personal story is my parents go out to eat with my godparents every week at the same place, and it's like a family tradition. It's been that way ever since I was a little kid. And, recently, in the past couple of years, really in the past 7 years, this other couple, and my parents are elderly, they're pretty old, and this other couple, this older elderly couple, they came in apparently, and they claimed, they go every now and then, they're there. So they're usuals at this place too. But they claim to know my mom. Now my mom doesn't know who they are. My mom says, I have no idea who these people are, but they claim they know her. So they always spark up conversations with us. And we're friendly and nice, so we act like, we can be friends because, they claim they know my mom. So we're nice. No, we're not mean to them or anything, but, we go there and we all are awake and, we tend to drink a little bit. It is a bar, pizza restaurant place. And we tend to drink a little bit, and we tend to get a little loud, and we tend to talk about the New World Order a lot. And so she was there, she came in, and I'd been warned by my parents that she was pure evil. She was a practitioner of this New World Order stuff. And, my parents have a different term for it. They're older. They call them communist socialists. I'm younger. In my generation, I think it really works to call them evil. It helps to call these people demons. There's demons inside of their souls. And I think that's the more accurate approach to it. There really is a spiritual essence around us, and there really is a dark aura that takes hold of certain people. So I'd been warned that she was like that. I didn't believe it. I thought she was just a zombie. She was just uninformed. She doesn't know. If she knew the truth, she wouldn't say the stuff she says. So I thought that at first. And we were talking New World Order, and they finished their meal and they were leaving. And as they were leaving, they came over and they made some comments, some snide, rude, sort of snobbish comments, like, "Huh, you believe in that New World Order stuff." And that wasn't what they said. They came over and said, "Isn't it great we live in a country where you can have your own opinions?" And my godparents sort of looked at her and said, "Yep, it's wonderful." And they just wanted her to leave. It's like, okay, yeah, just get out of here. You're walking towards the door, just keep on walking. But we didn't say that because we're nice people. And then she says, there was a brief conversation. I wasn't really paying attention until she leans up on the table right next to me, and she says, "I stayed up all night on election night to make sure that a-hole Romney didn't win." And I turned to her at that point, and I said, "Yeah, it's too bad we got that other a-hole instead." And she says, "Obama's not an a-hole." And I said, "Well, he's a liar." She said, "No, he's not. He never lies about anything." And I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "He lies about almost everything." I said, "Here, let me just give you one example of a lie that he's told." And I told her about the the firm pledge he made not to raise anyone's taxes unless they made more than $250,000 a year. And she didn't believe it. She said, "No, your taxes didn't go up." And after I gave her the truth, I presented her with the truth because I thought she was a zombie, and I thought she would say, "I never heard of that. I didn't know about that." But then her composure changed from snide snobbiness to anger and aggression, like, "I already knew that, but I didn't think you knew that." And she really got frustrated and angry when I said that. When I presented the truth was all it took. And all of a sudden the demon shows its face. And so she gets all angry and aggressive, and I laid that out for her and raised my voice a little bit, and then she gets real upset and she calls me ignorant. She says I'm ignorant. She says, "You're just ignorant. Oh, you're just a filthy Republican." And I'm not. I didn't support Romney either. For those of you who know, I supported Gary Johnson because he's not part of the establishment. He's just a regular guy trying to save the USA by running for president as a third-party candidate. So she automatically assumed I was a Romney supporter. Let me do a time check, because this is sort of an extended story. And then she storms away. She calls me ignorant, and she storms away. And as she's storming away, I say, "No, lady, you're the ignorant one, because I'm giving you the truth, and you refuse to believe it. That is the definition of ignorance." And she storms out of the building. And I say, "Okay, let's go back to eating," and we go back to enjoying ourselves. Then she storms back into the building. Oh! She storms right up to the table, puts her hands down on the table. She looks directly at me. She looks at my parents. She goes, "Isn't it great that we get all our Social Security stuff, all of our Social Security money, and your generation gets nothing?" And she says it just like that, with this evil, vicious tone. And I lost it at that point, because at that point I realized, this is not a zombie. I am in the presence of pure evil, and now is my chance to stand against evil. And I slam my hands down on the table really loudly, and it catches everyone's attention in the whole place. And I turn to her, and I say, "Yeah, isn't it great? Isn't it great that the New World Order is taking over? Isn't it great that your children and your grandchildren are going to be stuck with a debt they'll never be able to pay off?" I said, "It's real wonderful." And, she, I was being sarcastic, but she was being very serious. And she gets, and she's really growling, like literally growling. She storms away, calls me ignorant once more, storms out of the building. As she's storming out of the building, I start yelling, "Yeah, lady, it's great, right? F the kids. That's what you believe. F the kids." And she storms out of there, and that was the end of it. But that was my confrontation with pure evil. That's how you know the difference between zombies and evil. And evil, if you talk about the truth, they will get angry, upset, and then they will try to attack your character and mock you and laugh at you and try to ridicule you. But if you just spit the truth, they can't win, no matter how hard they try, and they scamper away, all angry. So there you go. This is, again, the Awakened Show for those of you who are awake. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm running out of time here, so I got to be quick. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay free, and stay informed.